This week, I want to take a few minutes and talk about renewing the commitment. The document that was created by the Catholic Conference of Bishops. In that document, the bishops clearly explained their rationale for having Catholic schools. The statement appears to be a very strong statement about where Catholic education is going and that it will be around for years to come. Now, the problem that we run into is, as you've seen in a number of the videos and the articles written in the last 5 to 8 years, Catholic schools are closing at an alarming number in the United States. Many people question the commitment of the bishops to Catholic schools. They say, why can't we just simply have the church pay for these important institutions? The problem that we run into is very simple. No matter what you do in any organization, you must pay the bills. Too often, people in the Catholic community assumed that Catholic schools would be around forever and ever, and that somehow Rome would pay to make sure that Catholic schools survived. The reality is that the money really isn't there. Catholic schools are closing because of declining enrollments. Those declining enrollments have led to financial challenges. When a school is unable to pay its bills, regardless of how good the school is and what a great reputation the school has, if you cannot pay your teachers, you cannot pay the heat bill, the light bill, it's almost impossible to keep Catholic schools alive. In this course, we're going to talk about what you need to do as a leader to ensure the financial stability of your school. Because the financial viability of your school is essential. Why would a parent want to send their child to a school if they thought they really might not be around very long? So your job as the head of the institution is to ensure the financial stability. Now, many of you might have encountered schools that have closed. And there's an anger on the part of parents, faculty, students, alumni. One of the crucial roles that you have as a leader is to communicate with your stakeholders. Too many times over the years, we hear parents, alumni saying, if we only knew that the school was in financial trouble, perhaps we could have done something. The reality is, it is the responsibility of the leadership in that school to let people know. It requires a team effort, and it requires planning. When we talk about leadership in schools, it's not simply instructional leadership. Too often, administrators simply slough it off and say, well, that's someone else's responsibility. That's the business manager's responsibility, or that's a pastor's responsibility, or that's the central office's responsibility. I would beg to differ. As the head of the institution, it is your responsibility to ensure the financial well-being of your school. In order to do that, you must understand the process. You must understand the need to involve stakeholders in that process. You need to understand the compensation philosophy. You must understand financial assistance. When Catholic schools started many, many years ago, we decided that we were going to help children that no one else wanted. One of my greatest fears today is that Catholic schools will become simply the school for only the wealthy. If we are going to do that, we are discarding the hard work, the dedication, the commitment, and most importantly, our mission as Catholic school educators. We know how important our schools are. In the coming weeks, we'll discuss how to keep a school financially viable. But it takes the financial end of it, and it also takes admissions, and it also takes a clear plan for your school. One of the first things I did in this course is ask you to find out about the financial operations in your school. In many cases, students came back with the comment, the business manager does it, or the parish office does it. We really don't get involved in it. Why? Our teachers should understand the financial organizational structure within our schools and the process. Can we give everyone everything they want? No. But the reality is we must come up with a plan. That's what leadership is all about. You must ensure that the school's financial situation is strong enough to keep it going. You need to come up with a marketing plan. For too long, Catholic schools have been afraid to tell people how good we are. Our schools were run by sisters, brothers, and nuns who committed their lives, and our schools were associated strictly with them. We were a Catholic school because the sisters, the brothers, the priests were there. As lay people in our Catholic schools, we have a responsibility. The same way that the sisters and the brothers and the priests did for years. We must look at what we do, why we do it. It starts with our mission. Renewing the Commitment says very strongly what our mission is. Your role as a leader in that school is not simply to keep things even keeled. Your job as the leader of the school is to ensure that that mission is carried out. In order to do that, you need the funds to do it. That means that you need to work hard to ensure that your teachers get paid, that those children who want to come to your school have the ability to do that. One of the courses in this leadership program at Marymount is the special education course, Administrative Issues in Special Education. And I emphasize the administrative part of that, because too often people say that there are barriers, there are hurdles that cannot be overcome. If the planning is there, it can take place. Schools can be inclusive. The same way our schools can survive and must survive if we have a well thought out plan and we involve our stakeholders in the development of that plan and keep them informed about that plan. Otherwise, it will simply be another nice piece of literature that's handed out, but doesn't really have an impact. Our Catholic schools have an impact on the children who come to our schools every day. Our teachers have an impact on the students who enter our building every day. Your job as the leader of the school is to ensure that they have the tools to be successful. That is your job. Putting those tools together for them, that's where the financial plan comes in. And we'll be talking about that throughout the semester. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or thoughts for me, please let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I appreciate it, and have a great day.